My dear students, in our previous class we started the lesson The Gentleman of the Jungle. There we studied about the writer and introduction and two paragraphs of the topic. So writer Jomo Kenyatta, here in this lesson he is criticizing the policy making of the European countries on their colonies and how they snatched their land and other resources and how they established their power on other countries. It is mentioned in this lesson. So in our previous class we started once upon a time there was a friendship between man and elephant and an elephant, and when thunderstorm broke out, the elephant asked the help from the man, and man gave the help to the elephant and allowed the elephant to keep its trunk inside the hut. Then that elephant pushed his head, flung the man out and settled down in that hut which was built by man. In the first paragraph, man was in the hut, that elephant was in the rain. When we completed yesterday, at that time, man was in the rain, the elephant was in the hut. So this change took place. Then what happened? We'll read in this class. So the man, seeing what his friend had done to him, started grumble. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to see what was the matter. All stood around listening to the heated argument between the man and his friend, the elephant. In this turmoil, the lion came along roaring and said in a loud voice, "Don't you know all know that I am the king of the jungle? How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom?" So in this paragraph, there started heated argument, discussion between the man and that elephant. So here the man, seeing what his friend had done to him, means at the first he expected the help from man, and when man extended help to that elephant flung him out. So here, seeing what his friend had done to him, started to grumble. That man started to grumble. Here he started to grumble. What is the meaning of grumble? Grumbling, murmuring, or blaming, complaining someone in an unpleasant way. Blaming or complaining someone in an unpleasant way. Here he started to blame. Man started to blame or to complain that elephant in an unpleasant way. Grumble. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise. In that forest, other animals were there. They heard the noise made by this man and came to see what was the matter. All the animals, they came to see what the wrong had happened in the forest. All stood around listening the heated argument between it was not friendly discussion, it was a heated argument between the man and that elephant. Heated argument between the man and his friend, that elephant. In this turmoil, what is the meaning of turmoil? Disturbance, turmoil. In this turmoil, it means disturbance. In that disturbance, turmoil, the lion came along roaring. Then, by hearing the disturbance caused in the forest, the lion came along roaring, making the sound, roaring, and said in a loud voice, "Don't you all know that I am the king of the jungle?" Don't you all know that I am the king of the jungle? Here, lion is the king of the jungle. How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? And someone is disturbing the peace of my kingdom. How dare you? How dare anyone? Someone is disturbing the peace and tranquility of my kingdom. How dare anyone to disturb that peace of my kingdom? Here, first, the man realized his situation, then started to blame his friend, that elephant, in an unpleasant way. It is called grumbling. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to see what was going on around. All stood around and listening the heated argument between that discussion between the man and that elephant. Then in this turmoil, in this disturbance, that disturbance reached that lion, the king of the jungle, and he came along roaring and said in a loud voice, said in a high pitch, that don't you all know that? Don't you all know that? You all know that. Don't you all know that? I am the king of the jungle. Don't you all know that? I am the king of the jungle. Hence, how dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? How dare anyone disturbing peace of my kingdom? In this paragraph, man started to blame that elephant. All animals came to see what disturbance was going on. They stood around and started to watch. And at the same time, lion, the king of the jungle, came and questioned in this way, how dare anyone disturbing the peace of my kingdom? So here in this paragraph we see grumble, we might call murmur. Murmur, or to blame someone or something in an unpleasant way. Next, turmoil in the sense disturbance. There was a disturbance in the forest. Okay, now let me the next paragraph. On hearing this, the elephant, who was one of the high ministers in the jungle kingdom, replied in a soothing voice. And said, my lord, there is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. I have only been having a little discussion with my friend here as to the possession of this little hut which your lordship sees me occupying here. As the king of the jungle, lion, questioned at that time, the minister, one of the high ministers, that elephant, replied in this paragraph. How it says, on hearing what? How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? On hearing this, the elephant, who was one of the high ministers in that jungle kingdom, who was the king? The lion was the king. There was a ministry, and this elephant was one of the high ministers, well reputed, noted, and a high profile, that minister in the jungle kingdom. And it replied in a soothing voice. Who? Elephant. Elephant replied in a soothing voice. What is the meaning of soothing voice? Soothing voice. Here, soothing voice in the sense pacifying. Here, pacify, or calm, or conveying, or being humble, you may call, being humble, because he is answering, he is conveying, the elephant is conveying to whom? The king of the jungle. That is why the voice should be how? Soothing. In his soothing voice, very calm, polite, reaching, and pacifying. Okay, then said, my lord, first, my lord. We cannot address the king as you or he. Okay, we should convey or we should address the king in the respected way. Here it is, my lord. My lord means the king of the jungle, lion. There is no disturbance of peace in your kingdom. No, don't think that the peace in your kingdom has been so disturbed. There is a peace in your kingdom, my lord. There is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. There is peace in your kingdom. It hasn't been disturbed. There is a peace in your kingdom. There is no disturbance. I have only been having a little discussion. What? Here a little discussion is going on in between man. Here it says a discussion with my friend. Here as to the possession. Discussion is going on. Going on what? On the possession. What is the meaning of possession? Possession means ownership. Possession means ownership. Possession. Having control or power or authority on something. Okay. Possession of this little hut. Where? Of this little hut. Which your lordship. Which your lordship. Which your lordship. Already here you cannot say once again you. Your lordship means the king. Which your lordship, oh my lord, your lordship sees me occupying. Already you know that I have occupied in this hut. So on hearing this, the elephant, who was one of the high ministers in the jungle kingdom, replied in a soothing voice and said, my lord, there is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. There is peace in your kingdom. No one has disturbed the peace in your kingdom. The thing is that the discussion is going on in between myself and my good friend man. With my friend here as to the possession. Discussion is going on what? The possession, the ownership of the little hut. Already your lordship, you cannot say you, that is why your lordship sees me occupying. Already you have seen, oh my lord, that I have occupied this hut. I am in this hut. So here in this paragraph, elephant says in a soothing voice, in a reaching voice, in an approaching voice, in a requesting voice, to pacify, to cool down, to calm down that king of the jungle, lion, said, my lord, here there is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. There is peace in your kingdom. The thing is that a little discussion is going on in between myself and my good friend, the man, on the possession of the little hut which your lordship sees me occupy. Already you know that I have occupied this little hut. So friends, here soothing voice means pacifying or calm down or conveying, being humble, and possession means the ownership of the hut. Ownership of the hut. So these two. In this paragraph, all the animals stood around and started to watch the heated argument between man and elephant. At that time, lion came and questioned, how dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? And for this question, one of the high ministers of the state or the kingdom, jungle kingdom, answered in a soothing voice. Okay, I will read once again. Go through this one. The man, seeing what his friend had done to him, started to grumble. The animals in the nearby forest heard the noise and came to see what was the matter. All stood around listening the heated argument between the man and his friend, the elephant. In this turmoil, the lion came along roaring and said in a loud voice, don't you all know that I am the king of the jungle? How dare anyone disturb the peace of my kingdom? Next, on hearing this, the elephant, who was one of the high ministers in the jungle kingdom, replied in a soothing voice and said, my lord, there is no disturbance of the peace in your kingdom. I have only been having a little discussion with my friend here as to the possession of this little hut which your lordship sees me occupying. Okay, these two paragraphs. One heated argument started between the man and elephant, and the one, the elephant conveyed in a soothing voice what was going on around at that time. To whom? To the king of the jungle. Okay, understood? I'll move next paragraph now. Then the lion, the next paragraph, the lion heard, listened, and came to know what was the matter. Then it gave its judgment there. The lion, who wanted to have peace and tranquility in his kingdom, replied in a noble voice, saying, I command my ministers to appoint commission of inquiry, that is commission of inquiry, to go thoroughly into his matter and report accordingly. He then turned to the man and said, you have done well by establishing friendship with my people, especially with the elephant, who is one of my honorable ministers of state. Do not grumble anymore. Your hut is not lost to you. See this statement. Your hut is not lost to you. Wait until the sitting of my imperial commission, and there you will be given plenty of opportunity to state your case. I am sure that you will be pleased with the findings of the commission. The man was very pleased by these sweet words from the king of the jungle and innocently waited for his opportunity in the belief that naturally the hut would be returned to him. So, here in this paragraph, the lion speaks to man and conveys him what will be the procedure. The lion, who wanted to have, the king of the jungle wanted to have peace and tranquility. The meaning of tranquility is calmness. The meaning of tranquility is peace and calmness. Okay, tranquility. Tranquility. Tranquility means the calmness. Calmness. In his kingdom. Here replied in a noble voice. It said in a noble voice. Noble voice means the voice of a king. Noble voice, because here lion was the king of the jungle, and it said in a noble voice, replied in a noble voice, saying, I command, I order, not I request. I command my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry. I command, I order my ministers to set up or to organize a commission named Commission of Inquiry. What is it? To go thoroughly. Thoroughly in the sense in detail. Studying each and everything in detail into this matter and report accordingly. Appropriately. Accordingly in the sense appropriate. What actually the case is and its findings, and right decision should be there. That is, report accordingly, appropriately. He then turned to the man and said, you have done well by appreciated. Here the lion appreciated the man. Oh man, I appreciate you because you have established your friendship with my people. My people. See the word people. The lion is using the word people, my people, especially with the elephant. Here, more importantly, it is with the elephant, who is one of my honorable ministers of the state. That elephant was the minister of the state, of that jungle kingdom. Do not grumble anymore. Don't murmur. Don't blame. Don't be unhappy. Your hurt is not lost to you. Still, your hurt is not lost to you, because still commission of inquiry should be organized. Sitting of commission inquiry should take place. Findings should come. Judgment to be finalized. And then only the decision will be taken. And your hurt is not lost to you. Wait until the sitting of my imperial commission. You have to wait until the sitting in the sense meeting of my royal commission. Imperial commission means royal commission. Imperial means royal commission. And there you will be given ample of opportunity, plenty of opportunity, many. Here it means opportunity to state means to explain your case or your stand. I am sure that you will be pleased with the findings. Findings means the points or the decision after studying findings of the commission. The man was very pleased by these sweet words from the king of the jungle. Then and innocently waited for his opportunity, and he waited for his opportunity when it comes like that, in the belief that what was his strong belief, his belief was naturally, because it was that hurt belonged to man. That is why naturally the hurt would be returned to him. Said to himself that the hurt will be back to me only. It was his belief. Here, the lion, who wanted to have peace and tranquility in his kingdom, replied in a noble voice, saying, I order my ministers to appoint a commission of inquiry to go in detail, studying everything, each and every aspect of the case into this matter and report accordingly, appropriately. He then turned to the man and said, you have done well by extending your friendship with my people, especially with the elephant, who is one of my honorable ministers of state. Do not murmur, do not grumble, do not blame, do not be unhappy. So do not grumble anymore. Your hurt is not lost to you. So why do you blame others? Still you haven't lost your hurt. Still the case is going on. We have to wait until the meeting of my imperial commission. Sitting means meeting of my imperial commission, royal commission. It is called royal commission or imperial commission because which was framed by the ministers of the jungle and the king. That is called imperial commission, the word. And there you will be given plenty opportunity to express your case. I am sure that you will be pleased with the findings in the sense the judgment, findings of the commission. The man was very pleased by these sweet words from the king of the jungle and innocently waited for, and the man became very happy by hearing the sweet words of the king of the jungle, and he waited for his opportunity when that time comes, when to express or when to state his own case. It was his belief that one day or other day naturally the hurt would be returned to him. In this paragraph we came to know that here peace and tranquility, it is mentioned, my friends. Here peace and tranquility. The lion who wanted to have peace and tranquility. The lion expected the peace and tranquility in his kingdom, but not justice. It was thinking only about peace and tranquility than justice. Justice is equally important, very important. And the lion promised the man that we are going to frame a commission of inquiry, and sitting of my imperial commission will take place, and according to the findings of my imperial commission, you will get the justice, and you to get plenty of opportunity to express your stand or case. And the man became very happy by hearing the sweet words of that lion, and naturally his belief was that the hut would be returned to him. The hut would be returned to him. This is here the lion expressed these ideas to whom? To the man. Next paragraph. Here, according to the order of or the judgment of lion, ministers should establish or frame a commission of inquiry, and that work, that task was given to whom? To the elephant. It has to establish or to frame the commission of inquiry. See, next. Here, the elephant, obeying the command of his master. Yes, the elephant, obeying the command of his master, got busy with other ministers to appoint the commission of inquiry. The following elders of the jungle were appointed to sit in the commission. One, Mr. Rhinoceros. Second, Mr. Buffalo. Third, Mr. Alligator. Fourth, the Right Honorable Mr. Fox. This word RTHON, Right Honorable. This title used to given by the British government, United Kingdom, to those people who worked for their upliftment or their service. So, the Right Honorable Mr. Fox. And the Fox act as the chairman of the commission, Imperial Commission. The Fox became the chairman of the Imperial Commission, and Mr. Leopard to act as a secretary to the commission. On seeing the personnel, the man protested and asked. On seeing the personnel, the man protested and asked. It was not necessary to include in this commission a member from his side, but he was told that it was impossible, since no one from his side was well enough educated to understand the intricacy of jungle law. Further, that there was nothing to fear, for the members of the commission were all men of repute, for their impartiality in justice, as they were gentlemen chosen by God. Here, gentlemen chosen by God to look after the interest of race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. He might rest assured that they would investigate the matter with the greatest care and report impartially. Here, the elephant followed the order or the command of his master. His master means lion, and got busy and started the work of framing that Imperial Commission, busy with other ministers to appoint the Commission of Inquiry. The Commission of Inquiry was established, framed, and The elders of the jungle were appointed as the commission, in the commission, these members of the committee. Then who are the members? Mr. Rhinoceros, Mr. Buffalo, Mr. Alligator, the Right Honorable Mr. Fox, and Fox became the chairman of the Imperial Commission, and fifth one, the leopard, it became the secretary of the commission. So all these rhinoceros, buffalo, alligator, fox, this one leopard, by seeing the personnel, PERSONNEL, personnel in the sense members. On seeing the members of the commission, the man protested, man opposed the commission. The reason to oppose was no member from his side was appointed. From man's side, all members were from animal side, no member was from man's side. Asked if it was necessary to include in this commission a member from his side. No member is from his side. That was his stand. One member should be from his side. But he was given the knowledge but he was told that it was impossible. Impossible. It is not at all impossible, because since no one from his side was well enough educated, no one from the man's side was well enough educated, not educated to understand the complexity of jungle law. Here, intricacy. What is the meaning of intricacy here? INTRICACY. Intricacy means the complexity, the difficulty of jungle law. You people, here it is impossible because no one from your side was well educated to understand the difficulty of law. You don't know, you are not educated. This was the situation of African countries then. So Europeans used their skills, their talent on these lands and snatched their lands. So this was the problem. Intricacy of jungle law. Further, once again, that there was nothing to fear. Okay, they said nothing to fear, don't worry. For the members of the commission were all the men of repute. The members who are in this commission are all men of, here commission were all men of repute. Repute in the sense known for, stalwarts, you may call stalwarts, known for, famous, well known for their impartiality. Impartiality. They never take any side. Okay. They will give unbiased judgment. Don't worry. Impartiality. There is no partiality in justice. They are stalwarts. They are experts. They are masters. Well known. Highly reputed. Very famous. And as they were gentlemen. And they were gentlemen of the jungle, the topic title. Here they were gentlemen chosen by God. We haven't selected them. They were selected by God. For what purpose? To look after the interest. Here interest means welfare, goodwill. Here interest means goodwill or the interest of or the welfare of race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. Less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. Here, less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. Here, of race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws means the meaning of this line is humans. Human. Because man is not having strong teeth and long nails. Here, claws, paws, we call paws, to catch, to fight, to snatch, like animals. Animals have. That is why the interest of race. Interest of race. Of which race? The race which has less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. Means human beings, man. So it means chosen by God to look after the interest of goodwill of or the welfare of race. Here, welfare of men, better call. Chosen by God to look after the goodwill or the welfare of men. Because man, he is not having the strong teeth like animal and long nails, just like paws to catch something. That is why less adequate. We don't have that facility, that gift from God. We don't have. So he might rest assured that they would investigate the matter with the greatest care and report impartially. He might rest assured that what he thought that they would investigate. The members would investigate the thing accordingly, then with the greatest care and report impartially, and he was expecting impartial judgment. So, my dear students, in this paragraph, the elephant, it tried its level best, followed the command of its master, the lion, and with other ministers, framed the imperial commission, the members of the imperial commission, the elders, rhinoceros, buffalo, alligator, the right honorable Mr. Fox. It became the chairman of what? The imperial commission, Mr. Leopard, as the secretary to the commission. By seeing the members of the commission, man opposed. What the hell is going on? It is wrong. One member should be from my side, but the animal's side or his request was ruled out, because here, since no one from his side was not well educated to understand the difficulty in laws, justice, so it is not possible. And don't worry, the members who are in this commission were chosen by God for what purpose? For the purpose to look after in the sense to take care. Look after means to take care the welfare or the goodwill of human beings, humans. Here, the meaning of this one is human, because these members were known for their knowledge. They are the masters, stalwarts, experts in the justice, and the man thought that he would get impartial judgment, and they would go thoroughly and with the greatest care and report impartially, and it was his thinking. So in this paragraph we came to know that members or the imperial commission was established, and members of the imperial commission, man opposed the commission. The reason, because no member from was his side, and he was given the knowledge that it was not possible, and explained the quality of the members in the commission, and explained they are meant to maintain or to look after the interest of these hair race less adequately endowed with teeth and claws. And man, at that time, he thought that he might get the appropriate judgment, because the matter with the greatest care and report accordingly, impartially. It was his thinking. Okay, by this we studied in this class. Dear students, it's the next part will be continued in our next class. Thank you. Take care.